Susday YouTube, welcome back to Cambodia. Today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys on a noodle tour of Phnom Penh, starting with a special noodle only found here at the Central Market. So our first noodle dish was actually featured on the Best Ever Food Review show, and they were actually the reason why I decided to include them, because I never even heard of this. It's called crab brain noodles. Okay, there it is. Kuyteav Kounapheap. Alright, let's take a look what we got here. We got obviously the crab brain.
That's not actually brains. I believe that would be the boiled up crab fat.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for clarifying that, Sonny. Also in this bowl, you're gonna find some okra, pork roll, or in Khmer we call it pahet. We got a pork knuckle or pork foot. You got some tofu, some other pork meat here, pork blood, and a ton of other veggies hidden underneath. But let's get started. Okay, let's try the soup first. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that the soup was the best part. Very light, umami-filled broth. Perfect way to start your day. Slight herbaceous touch to it. I think maybe it's from these. If you guys know what this is called in English or Khmer, comment below. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. I already topped it with some chili sauce. Some veggies down below. And that's the thing with Cambodian noodles. They load up the veggies. No idea what this is. The noodles, on the other hand, they were kind of broken up, so I wasn't really a big fan of that. Maybe it's because I got the kuyteav instead of the noodle. That's what people usually get, but nonetheless, it was pretty good. Especially with all the other toppings in there. You didn't really think of it as crab brain. I mean, the crab brain was there, but it was almost like the background. It's some sort of fish pahet. Yeah, it's got a little fishy taste to it. It's good. I like it. Let's take a bite of this. I think it's like a pork knuckle. Blood cake. This one's a little bit more firm than I'm used to. I kind of like my blood cake a little less spongy and a little more like soft, kind of like soft tofu. But it's not bad. It adds a little bit of different texture. Got the crab brain. Oh yeah, that crab brain adds a little bit of a unique kind of seafoody twist to this noodle. I really like the soup. It's nice and light, very flavorful. Great way to start the morning. Piece of okra. That's different. I've never had okra in my kuyteav before. I like how the tofu soaks up all the soup. When you bite into it, just like kind of gushes in your mouth. Okay, so that was kuyteav with crab brains. That set actually offers several different styles of noodles and different types of soup as well. But came here specifically for the crab brains. But very good, delicious, hit the spot. A good light breakfast to start the day. Let's move on to the next location. So right over there is Victory Monument. So about 6 years ago, during my first visit to Thailand, I had the most amazing noodles in my life. They're called boat noodles. Next up, we're at Kuyteav Toultompong, or the boat noodle restaurant that's located in BKK1. I have here a nice bowl of Kuyteav Toultompong, or otherwise known as Kuyteav Kounapheap, which means noodles with black water. So if you guys don't know about boat noodles, it is a dish of Thai origin where back in the old days, ladies would serve these noodles from boats, and they would darken the soup with pork blood. They were typically served in really small bowls because it's easier to handle small bowls of soup when you're on a boat, and people would eat several servings of these. Here in Cambodia, we just get one big bowl. But other than that, it's very similar. Anyway, let's go ahead and top this up. Like with all noodle dishes, you gotta put toppings on it, make it your own. Chili flakes, chili garlic sauce. And traditionally, you can add like shrimp paste there, give it a little more umph, a little more umami, but we don't have shrimp paste here. So I'll just go with the Cambodian, actually this is Thai chili sauce, Golden Mountain Thai chili sauce actually. So I got 3 different kinds of chilies in there. And then we're gonna squeeze some lemon in here. I'm sorry, not lemon, lime. Before I mix it, I'm gonna taste the soup. Oh, look at that. Look at that soup. Shout out. Oh yeah, nice and meaty. The pork blood just adds just a little bit of thickness to the soup. Really good. As you can see, we got tons of greens here to go on. We got a variety of meats in there. Beef. I'm going in, guys. Here we go. Unlike in Thailand, where you just get like a little bit of noodles, here it's like a nice big bowl. Cheers, guys. Oh, it's very good, very hearty. You see how the noodle kind of soaks up the soup there? It takes on the color of the pork blood. Let's take a bite of this beef. It looks like it was thinly sliced and then quickly cooked in hot soup. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Take a bite of this meatball. It's a good meatball. They don't overload it with meat. It's mostly veggies and noodle, just the right amount of soup and a little bit of meat. Yeah, they put a lot of veggies in here. Maybe a little bit too much. Next time I get this, I would say go lighter on the veggies. I'd like my veggies, but not when there's more veggies than noodles. The soup is what really shines here. Noodles were excellent, very well-rounded, filling, tasty, but this restaurant's actually also known for their grilled chicken, so I had to get some. Let's go in without any sauce first. Take a bite. Oh man, wow. Really nice and tender. Very flavorful too. They definitely marinate this chicken for a while. It's probably one of the best chicken I've ever had here in Cambodia. That's amazing. Holy moly. Wow. I'm quite impressed. Dip a little bit of that sauce there. Wow. So yeah, I came here for the boat noodles and stayed for the chicken. I probably could have eaten a half dozen of these. These were very amazing. If anything, you guys gotta stop in here and have the grilled chicken and get yourself a bowl of boat noodles as well. Today we're at Borey, Peng. We're gonna go eat at this new Kuyteav restaurant that just opened up called Kuyteav Toultompong. Yeah, they're a famous Kuyteav shop from inside the city, Toultompong. And they just opened up this location here and it's really popular. So this next noodle dish here is kind of different. I guess the best way to describe it is, you know, Meat Lover's Pizza? This is kind of like the Meat Lover's Pizza of noodles. Wow. So the other two dishes were more about the soup. They were much lighter and were full of veggies. This one here is all about the meat. There's just tons of meat, all different types in the soup itself. You've got innards, you've got intestines, you've got liver, you've got pahet or ground pork. You've got also ground pork in the soup itself, in the broth. And then we also ordered some extra bones to gnaw on the meat. So in Italian and Japanese cuisine, the noodles, you want them to be a little bit underdone or a little firmer, but for Kuyteav, you don't want it soft, but you also don't want them firm. You want them just done just right. And here, they did just right. The noodles here were perfect, and so was the soup. The soup itself was very hearty, flavorful, full of umami, and then the addition of the ground beef in the soup itself, it sticks with you. You eat this bowl, and you're not going to be hungry for the rest of the day. And of course, the bone. This one isn't for everybody. I know some people out there may not like grabbing a huge piece of bone and gnawing on the meat, but I absolutely love it. All the little bits of collagen, fat, and gristle, it's just, I don't know, it's the texture, I don't know, it goes perfect with noodle soup or pho or Kuyteav, whatever you want to call it. But make sure you're hungry before you come here, because if you decide to order the side of bones, You're gonna be stuffed by the end of your meal. I had a hard time finishing my bowl of noodles. Oh, look at that bone. The owner. The owner. Yeah. She's telling us that this is the second location. They have one in Toultompong. This is a new location here. So there are 2 locations, and then in the afternoon they do like rice and meats. So, but the soup here is amazing. I really like the broth. It's very tasty. It's very filling too. I probably won't need to eat lunch today. The big green roof. It's easy to spot here. Kuyteav Toultompong, TP. It's really good. It's really unique, different than the kuyteav that I'm used to. It's very filling. So I'm at the ground market now, and whenever I come to Phnom Penh, I like to come here because it's close to where I stay in Chhbar. And the ground market is basically a covered market with a bunch of different vendors. They sell all sorts of different types of foods here. Everything from Peng, they got hot pot, they got kuyteav, they got a bunch of desserts. Pretty much any type of street food, Cambodian street food you can find here. What's nice about it is that it has this green space that if you have kids, it's nice to bring them here. They even have like an outdoor TV set up and stuff for the kids to climb on. And just a cool spot, kind of a new concept that they've been working on here in Phnom Penh is adding more places like this where you can kind of get out of the heat of the sun. And you also have these vendors that are set up kind of like in a more hygienic environment. So if you want to sample some good variety of street foods in an area that isn't as intimidating, this is a good place to come. So this next noodle dish is more of a Hong Kong style noodles. You've got a yellow noodle with wontons and pork. Alright, we're having meat soup with shrimp wontons and ground pork patty or pahet. We're going to try the soup first, do it ramen style. Nice clear soup. Looks like a kind of a yellowish broth. Maybe it's chicken, not sure. Let's taste it. Ooh, I like the soup. A little bit of bean sprout. Looks like a yellow egg noodle. I like that, that's nice. These noodles are a little softer. I like the texture. And the soup is really good. Oh, these are nice big pork patties. There's ground pork there. Now let's try one of these. It's a shrimp wonton. Dip it in the sauce. Oh, I like that wonton. This is definitely more of a Hong Kong style noodle dish here. I gotta say, the soup here is amazing. Really good. I gotta say, that was probably one of my favorite noodles. Pleasantly surprised. The soup is nice and light. There isn't too much meat or vegetables or anything like that. It's just a really nice light meal. Great way to start your morning. Okay, as a bonus we got some Mee Kola Battambong. This is more of a Battambong specialty, but they got a stand here that specializes in Battambong foods. So we decided to get some Mee Kola. Mee Kola is like, I believe the noodle is very similar to like almost like a rice vermicelli, but not quite. It's a little bit more springy, and that comes with a bunch of accoutrements. You got some pahet, some egg, bean sprout, papaya and carrot salad with some cucumbers, and you basically mix it all up. and then put on this sauce here. I really like the texture of the noodles in this. I'm gonna season with something. Assuming it's soy sauce. Give it a dark color. It's a very sweet and savory noodle dish with a bunch of different textures from all the veggies. And again, it's not another kind of like light noodle dish. I believe this is typically eaten as a breakfast. Not entirely sure. And Kola is some sort of like tribe or Cambodian tribe. Apparently, I think it's one of the minority tribes from up north that no longer exists. But I believe that's where the Kola comes from. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe that's where Mee Kola originates from. Next up on our Phnom Penh noodle tour is Mee Kola, which means hidden noodle. This noodle shop is actually a franchise. There's several of these all throughout Phnom Penh and they're really popular. This Mee Kola started out as a little noodle shop out of someone's house. It's on the outskirts of Phnom Penh, and people would exercise, would be exercising, riding bikes, and they would go to this noodle shop which didn't have a name, and it just became popular by word of mouth. People started calling it hidden noodles, and now they have hidden noodles pretty much everywhere in Phnom Penh. And we actually have one in Borey and one right outside in Mong Sno, I think that's how you say it. And then this one here is Koh Pich. This one is apparently the best one. And it's nice because it's located right on the riverfront in an area that's kind of popular. Ooh, that was quick. So when you think about Kuyteav Toultompong or Phnom Penh noodles, this is the kind of noodle that we think about. It is a dry noodle with the soup served on the side. Probably my favorite way to eat Kuyteav. It's just, I don't know, it's very interactive and you can kind of control how much soup you want in the noodles. You start by seasoning your noodles and then adding a little bit of soup to kind of soften it up a bit and then mixing it all together. Let's look at the meat we have in here. This appears to be some sort of stomach, a head satruk, or minced pork. We got some more innards that might be liver or lung. And then covered there's looks like fried garlic, bean sprouts, green onion, intestines. In soup you get a nice bone. Look at that. Ooh. Chang soup. Truk. Yeah, so this is all pork. And then you got some meatballs. And oh, there's a wonton in here. Wow. You got a wonton. Going in, let's try the noodle. So today I'm having the mee, which is noodles that are made with a wheat flour instead of a rice flour, like pho noodles or Kuyteav noodles. But you can have Kuyteav as well, just as good. And when you're eating Kuyteav Toultompong Kok, dry style, you want to make sure you have your bowls in the right position. I don't know exactly how these dry style noodles started, but my guess is that it was a way to make sure the noodles weren't too soggy before you were actually able to eat it. Some people like to dump the soup into the noodles and then eat everything together. Me personally, I like to eat the noodles with just a tiny bit of broth in the noodles to soften it up, and then sip the soup on the side. There's even some ground pork in here. And these garlic, some pickled garlic, some pickled chili pepper. Hidden Noodles. One of my favorite noodle spots here in Phnom Penh. There's tons of different locations available, so there's one nearby wherever you go. And it only costs about $3.50 for what I had. And that was a substantial portion. So, highly recommended. Mee Kola. Especially this one here, right next to the water in Koh Pich. The other day I reached out to my buddy Blog and asked him what I should record here in Phnom Penh because I'm running out of ideas, and he suggested that I check out this noodle spot that's hidden deep in an alleyway in the belly of Phnom Penh. And I'm like, you know what, I love noodles. So here I am bright and early on my way to this place. It's called Kuyteav Kounapheap, which means quality noodles. And here it is. It's right down this alleyway. It's actually located kind of close to the Orussey market. There's no signs or anything, but it's very popular. Extremely popular place. I'm here early enough that it isn't too busy. They do the Kuyteav, the Phnom Penh style Kuyteav with the soup on the side. Wow, look at that. Got a big pot of soup. Got mee. So this place right here, this is the real hidden noodle spot. This is where I love to eat street food. A shop like this where it's just in an alley and there's no signs, no nothing, just a bunch of people that are hungry, that need a quick bite to eat, and they don't have a lot of money to spend. This is where you find the most amazing foods in Phnom Penh. Okay, we got our noodles, came out pretty quick. We got the mee, we got soup on the side, and I made myself with some condiments here. We got some toppings. And I was lucky enough to sit next to a gentleman that was really inquisitive. He was curious about what I was filming and where I was from, so we struck up a conversation. It turns out he's a regular here, and he's a businessman that owns properties as well as land all throughout Cambodia. So this guy, you know, he was pretty wealthy, I would assume, but he's eating lunch here with everybody else, rich, poor, middle class. They all come here to eat. This kind of reminds me of sukemen. Japanese noodle, Japanese dry noodle. But this is my favorite way to eat kuyteav. Kuyteav ko. It's not kuyteav, it's mee, which is different. It's an egg noodle. See? It's like a yellow noodle.
Lại nước mee là bấy.
Nâng ấy, thằng mơ khơi nào YouTube. Khơi nào YouTube, quát mát lắm là good for YouTube video.
Hãng tay chili muối đèn là bấy.
Got the psycho, it has some daikon, I got sliced beef. It's a light soup in the morning. Let's taste this. Oh, that's good. Very light, flavorful. And the noodles are lightly seasoned, garlic in there, oil. Just a little bit of the sauce. Black vinegar, soy sauce. Give it a little flavor. China. I know why it's famous. It's famous because it's delicious. It's really good. Dip this in here. You can mix the soup with the noodle, but I like to eat like this separate. No, man. Oh, it's good, delicious. Excellent noodle. This is an amazing place. You guys, if you're watching this, you gotta come check this place out. Like I said, it's right here near the Olympia or Orussey market, hidden in this alley. I'll put the link in the description of the video if you're curious. But that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour, this noodle tour of Phnom Penh. There are tons of other noodle places that I haven't even tried yet or even spoken about, but I guess the bottom line is get out there, explore, find yourself a little hidden noodle joint like Kuyteav Kounapheap, and enjoy.